Hashtag YouTube Strike Day, April 1st. Be there, or rather, don't be there. In other words, if you're a creator, don't upload any videos this April 1st on YouTube Strike Day. Everybody else, just don't go on YouTube. There's plenty of other things you can do that day. Actually, you can catch up on Joe Rogan over at Spotify, who used to be at YouTube. But you know, it surprises me that nobody got fired for letting Joe Rogan escape from them. Only the best interviewer on YouTube. But let's get back to YouTube Strike Day. The article that came out last Thursday, February 4th, in Time magazine is more than enough reason for a YouTube Strike Day. The author of the article, Molly Ball, she openly admitted, this is her word, she called it a conspiracy, a cabal to fortify the election. And we're going to take a look at some of what she wrote about that. But a big part of what she wrote about, was how the social media conspired to suppress information. Remember, like with Jack Dorsey at Twitter, how they suppressed the information about 3 weeks before the election of Hunter Biden's laptop and the payments being made to the big guy. So there was an active conspiracy, their words, not mine, an active cabal, their words, not mine, to suppress information. Now, I know a lot of you are probably angry about it, so what are you going to do about it? I'm telling you right now, one thing that we can do is have a strike day, a YouTube strike day on April 1st. And by the way, if you think, I'm only one person. Well, yes, you're one person, I'm one person, you're one person, you're one person. But together, we're millions of persons. We're a force. You saw exactly what happened with the Reddit people with GameStop. And I know they drove the price up. It was like, I think it was what happened was one of the hedge funds, Melvin was the name of it, that they shorted the stock. So the Reddit people got together, thousands, hundreds of thousands of them, maybe over 1 million of them, and they drove the stock price up. Now, yes, I know it came down thanks in large part to the probably illegal actions of Robinhood. But guess what? The stock price still remains over $50, and also that Melvin, that big giant hedge fund, they lost 53% of their value. So yes, that actually did work when one person, two people, three people, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions work together. Same thing. One day, show what you think about the actions of social media, especially in this last election, how they conspired to fortify it. So right now, let's go to the Time magazine article, just a little bit of it, and you'll see for yourself the conspiracy, the cabal, as they said, to rig or fortify the election. And a huge part of this was the conspiracy by social media to suppress and censor information, which is more than enough reason for a YouTube strike day. So here is the Time magazine article from last Thursday, February 4th. The secret history of the shadow campaign that saved the 2020 election. It's about how they how they fortified the election to keep Donald Trump from being elected. Now, you don't have to go very far down to find out. They admitted it was a conspiracy. It says here, in a way, Trump was right. There was a conspiracy. There was a conspiracy unfolding behind the scenes, one that both curtailed the protests and coordinated the resistance from CEOs. Both surprises were the results of an informal alliance between left-wing activists and business titans. Among those important business titans were the titans of social media, especially Google, of which, of course, YouTube is a part of. And we all know about Twitter and how Jack Dorsey suppressed the news about Hunter Biden's laptop, with the payments to the big guy. So here, the pact was formalized in a terse, little noticed joint statement of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and AFL-CIO on Election Day. Both sides would come to see it as sort of an implicit bargain inspired by the summer's massive, sometimes disruptive racial justice protests in which the forces of labor came together with the forces of capital to keep peace and oppose Trump's assault on democracy. So it was a conspiracy. As they said, they're so confident that they got away with it. They're here they are in Time Magazine, as Molly Ball is admitting it was a conspiracy. And again, here it is. Again, with the conspiracy, their word, not mine, their word. This is the inside story of the conspiracy to save the 2020 election based on access to the group's inner workings, never seen before documents, and interviews with dozens of those involved from across the political spectrum. It is a story of an unprecedented, creative, and determined campaign whose success also reveals how close the nation came to disaster. Yeah, her definition of disaster is Trump being reelected. So, okay, now here. Now, they're here. Here's where they're bragging about how they fortified the election. That's why the participants want the secret history of the 2020 election told, even though it sounds like a paranoid fever dream, a well-funded cabal. Their word, cabal. You got that? A cabal. Not my word, their word, cabal. The other word that they're using is conspiracy. A well-funded cabal, their word, or Molly Ball's word, of powerful people ranging from industries and ideologies working together behind the scenes to influence perceptions, change rules and laws, steer media coverage, and the flow of information. They were not rigging the election. They were fortifying it. Oh, I see. Wow. What a distinction without a difference. They weren't rigging the election. They were fortifying it. And the key element of rigging, fortifying the election, was, as I said here, the control of information, was the crackdown by social media on the free flow of information. And especially a big part of that was, of course, Google and YouTube. That's why they demonetized. That's why they went on a big demonetization craze before the election, demonetizing, in some cases, eliminating conservative channels leading into the election. So remember, it's hashtag YouTube Strike Day, April 1st. And for some of you little weenies there that can't, you mean you're telling me I can't upload, I can't watch YouTube for a day? Yeah, there's a lot of other places you can go. Like me, I'm going to upload videos on YouTube Strike Day, but guess what? I'll be uploading to Rumble, or you can upload to BitChute or Dailymotion if you got to do that. If you got to watch videos, as I said before, you know what? It's a good day to catch up on Joe Rogan on Spotify. You don't have to. You can live without YouTube for one day. I mean, we always hear about getting down in the trenches. You know what? The real people that got down in the trenches, let's talk about specifically World War I. They lived with rats that, if they fell asleep, sometimes they start eating off their noses and stuff. They lived with rotting bodies, with falling bombs, bullets all around them, poison gas. Yeah, so basically the trenches were like a sewer. So you know what? And they weren't down there for one day. They were down there for months, or in some cases with the Allies, years. But the point is, so if they can endure all that for one day, in the comfort of your air-conditioned home, sipping away on your martinis or whatever, beers, you can refrain for one day. April 1st, remember, April 1st, you can refrain for one day from going on YouTube. Don't upload. If you're a creator, don't upload any videos. Don't watch anything on YouTube. Just for one day. That's all I'm asking. One day. YouTube Strike Day / hashtag YouTube Strike Day. See you there on YouTube. Oh, and by the way, just one thing. The timing is very good because, well, not only because it's like April 1st, like April Fool's Day, but guess what? In the middle of March is when the signatures come due for the recall election in California for Gavin Newsom, and they're almost there already. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. So can you imagine the momentum from the shock of Gavin Newsom having to face a recall election? Then we'll find out for sure middle of March, and then 2 weeks later we have YouTube Strike Day. We got to do it, guys. We have to do it. Hashtag YouTube Strike Day. See you later.